Last week, we had the heartbreak of watching a class 2 student in Muzaffarnagar, Uttar Pradesh, being humiliated and slapped multiple times by his classmates at the orders of his teacher. Actually, each of those slaps fell on the cheeks of every Indian and on our education in general. Feel it, because education is the very foundation for the future prospects of any society or a country. A projected 1 million students leaving India for higher education abroad in 2023 alone is a reflection of the low student rating for higher education in India. The Muzaffarnagar incident is a pointer to the state of affairs in the school education sector, which is a colossal tragedy given that we have 265 million plus school students, the largest number of school students anywhere in the world. India's school education stats would be the envy of any country. According to the economic survey of 2022-23, we have 1.5 million schools, 9.5 million school teachers, and 265 million plus school students. Look at that number again, 265 million plus school students. If India's school students were a country, they would be the fifth largest country in the world after India, China, the US, and Indonesia. With 265 million school students, we must expect the biggest demographic dividend in the world and a glorious future. What a pity if, instead of that, we waste the opportunity slapping ourselves. Look around and see the incidents over the past few days alone. 1. Nanguneri, Tamil Nadu. On August 9, a 17-year-old Dalit boy and his 14-year-old sister were attacked at their home with a sickle by 3 of their classmates from the OBC community, OBC for other backward classes. Reports say that the brother and sister had to suffer the brutal attack because they had resisted demands by the attackers to do petty tasks for them, like buying cigarettes, snacks, and tickets to travel by bus. A surgeon who attended to the victims said the hands of the brother and sister will need constant physiotherapy. In an additional tragedy, the grandfather of the victims, who saw the crime scene, collapsed and later died. 2. Kathua, Jammu. Last week, police arrested a school teacher identified as Farooq Ahmad for thrashing a class 10 student for allegedly scribbling Jai Shri Ram on the blackboard in Kathua, Jammu. The principal of the school, who is also accused of assaulting the boy, is absconding. 2 questions. Are our school students also breathing religiosity? And is this how their teachers deal with them? The incident spills over into protests in Bani town. 3. Kota, Rajasthan. Millions of modern-day Indians believe that the only and entire purpose of school education is to help students crack the IIT joint entrance examination and the NEET examinations. Towards this purpose, tens of thousands of parents send their children to Kota, Rajasthan, which has come to be known as the coaching capital of India. So an estimated 200,000 plus students move to Kota each year to join the pressure cooker ambience of preparing for the joint entrance examination for engineering admissions and for the national eligibility entrance test for medical admissions. Many take their lives. Just a few hours before my shoot for this episode, the Mint reported, Rajasthan NEET aspirant dies by suicide in Kota, death toll highest in 8 years. The latest is a 16-year-old from Maharashtra on August 27. The 22nd suicide this year and the 16th over the last 4 months. All of that despite the hostel authorities trying to make their premises suicide-proof by installing anti-suicide nets on balconies and spring-loaded fans in rooms. You've heard of over-exercising causing death. We have teenagers over-studying to death at the tender ages of 16 and 17. Cruel and pitiful at the same time. 4. Unacademy. On August 17, Unacademy sacked a teacher, Karan Sangwan, who told students they should vote for educated candidates. Unacademy clarified in a tweet, "Our learners are at the center of everything we do. The classroom is not a place to share personal opinions and views, as they can misguide and wrongly influence them. If you are an Indian teacher, please understand this important lesson. You are expected to merely stick to the syllabus. Not a word here or there. Stray out of the box and you'll be out of your job." Any wonder then that 1 million Indian students will opt out of the straitjacket to study abroad this year alone. And number 5, Muzaffarnagar, Uttar Pradesh. Tripta Tyagi, a teacher at Muzaffarnagar's Neha Public School, asks her class to slap a 7-year-old Muslim boy, apparently because he could not recite multiplication tables, and makes derogatory comments about his community. She later justifies her action, saying she had asked the class to slap the boy because she was handicapped and could not punish him herself. In a week that we are celebrating Chandrayaan, Indian Express carried the irony with this headline: winning the moon but losing a twinkling star in Muzaffarnagar. It was a harrowing experience to see the 7-year-old boy stand upright and take those slaps on his cheeks one after another. But equally disheartening is that not a single child in the class stood up for their classmate and opposed the revolting punishment. What kind of character building have they gone through these 7 years at home and in school? If we had good primary education, we would at least have learned the basics of a functioning democracy, like standing in a queue, not littering our roads, rivers, and even the sea, and respecting other people's time. Sadly, there are no marks for those. For now, the brief of Indian education is to stick to the syllabus and crack the entrance exams. A week from now, we have the Teachers' Day. Won't be an enjoyable day for the Muzaffarnagar boy or Karan Sangwan, the teacher. So as not to make you despondent, let me leave you with the heartwarming story of Nuaim Nadir, a class 6 student from Palakkad district, Kerala. When Nuaim drew a picture of popular vlogger Moinuddin, known for his Moinu's vlogs, Moinuddin decided to gift a bicycle to Nuaim. To Moinuddin's surprise, Nuaim said he would rather have Moinuddin give the bicycle to his friend in school, Sankeert, because Nuaim believed that Sankeert's family did not have the means to buy a bicycle. And this despite Nuaim himself not having a bicycle. So Moinuddin and Nuaim go to Sankeert's house to gift the bicycle to Sankeert. And then comes the happy climax. Vlogger Moinuddin gives another bicycle to Nuaim for his amazing love and compassion for his mate. Nuaim, you beauty! What character, what maturity, what concern for a friend, what an outstanding education, totally out of syllabus.